Well, as you can see here, Switzerland has the second highest suicide rate in the world after Japan. I'm not allowed to tell you why, because of the Swiss censorship and the Swiss terror, but you can find out why people are getting so depressed that they just have to jump down. Yeah. I can't do any more uploads for the moment because of the censorship and the terror by the Swiss on this channel. My next uploads will be on channel COD Suicide. There is a recommendation on the channel. We're showing a sort of a dog, a hellish dog. Also hier sehen wir, dass die Schweiz ist auf einem guten zweiten Platz mit Selbstmord in der Welt nach Japan. Ich darf euch nicht sagen warum, wegen den Schweizer Terror und den Zensur, aber ihr könnt ja selber herausfinden, warum Menschen in totale Ratlosigkeit hier runterspringen. Donc ici, la Suisse est sur une bonne place, deuxième place par rapport au suicide, après le Japon mondial, donc une deuxième place mondiale. Je ne suis pas autorisé suite à la terreur et la censure suisse de vous raconter pourquoi, mais vous pouvez trouver la raison pour laquelle ici, vous-même, que les gens deviennent ici complètement déprimés, qui sautent. Voilà. Je ne peux plus faire de upload sur cette chaîne-là, suite à la terreur suisse, mais vous pouvez le trouver, le nouveau upload, sur la chaîne COD Suicide, où il y en a une recommandation ici sur la chaîne en montrant un genre de chien diabolique. Also ich kann keine Uploads mehr machen, wegen den Schweizer Terror und Zensur. Und die nächsten Uploads werden dann auf dem Kanal COD Suicide sein, wo ich eine Empfehlung habe mit diesem schwarzen Höllehund auf dem Kanal. So here you can see the sun hieroglyphics, or the sun hieroglyph. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I can't say more because of the Swiss censorship now. Okay, go and see the other channel. So this is on every bridge here in Switzerland. You know, before you jump, please call this number. Das sieht man hier überall in der Schweiz. Bevor man springt, bitte wählen noch schnell diese Nummer. Avant que vous sautez, s'il vous plaît, appelez ce numéro-là. Voilà, on vous aide. The helping hand. You know. It says, if things are getting difficult, shall I jump or shall I not jump? You know. Well, there it is. Shall I fucking jump? Or shall I do it another day? Maybe get a beer first. You know. This bridge too. Everywhere there's signs here. A lot of people splash down here. Okay. Well, here's another sign. Don't jump. Stop it. Well, why in English? Do you think any English persons jump here? It's a local tradition. Yeah. So it's still the same place here, as we can see. Okay. Second place worldwide in suicides. Now, why do you think it's like that? Well, it's not the rich bankers that jump, eh?
A few weeks ago, I picked up a book. This book, subhanAllah, was absolutely amazing, and I just finished reading it a couple of days ago. The book is called Famous People Who Committed Suicide. All it is a list and the stories of famous people who've committed suicide. People who come from all different parts of society. I was reading about writers, I was reading about actors, actresses, musicians, politicians, religious people, of course, who are not Muslim. All types of people. And their story was different at the beginning and in the middle. But at the end, it was the same story for everybody. A story of actually taking away your own soul, killing yourself. What they were doing, my dear brothers and sisters, if we contemplate on this issue, is that they weren't killing their bodies. That was what was apparent to us when we saw a person hanging, or a person who threw himself out of the window, or a person who put a gun inside of his mouth and shot himself. The apparent thing that came out to the police, or came out to me and you if we saw pictures of these people, or we heard their stories, is that these people killed their bodies. But in reality, what they were trying to kill inside of themselves was not their bodies. It was their souls. It was their souls, not their bodies. See, my dear brothers and sisters, scholars say that a human being is made of three main components, okay? A human being is made of three components. The first component is the body, the second component is the mind, and the third component is the soul. And every single person has this longing to feed and fulfill the desires of these three components, whether they're good desires or whether they are bad desires. SubhanAllah. So you have the body, the mind, and the soul. All of us, alhamdulillah, fulfill the desires of the body. And the two main desires of the body are as follows: food and drink, number one. And the second thing is a relationship between a man and a woman, inshallah, in the halal. Now the mind, the most important thing that you need to find to feed the mind with is food. What kind of food? Knowledge. This is the type of food that comes for the mind. And the soul, my dear brothers and sisters, is what these famous people were trying to kill inside of themselves. They were trying to kill their soul because it was hungry and they couldn't feed it. And feeding it is through the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's through reciting the Quran. It's through memorizing the Quran. It's through contemplating on the meanings of the Quran and the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and any act of obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
ويقول الذين كفروا لولا أنزل عليه آية من ربه قل إن الله يضل من يشاء قل إن الله يضل من يشاء ويهدي إليه من أناب الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات طوبى لهم وحسن مآب.